Hi guys, Iron Cameraman here. While rewatching all the Skibidi Toilet episodes, one thing really got me thinking. Why did the Alliance wait until after episode 65 to launch the assault on Alpha Hills? To the average viewer, it almost seems like the Alliance already knew the location of the Skibidi base, but chose to sit on that information without taking action. And keep in mind, they already had 2 fully upgraded Titans, and Titan TV Man was practically in the final stages of his upgrades. Sounds pretty absurd and illogical, right? So, I decided to dig deeper and do my own investigation to figure out what's really going on here. And let me tell you, I came to a very interesting conclusion that I'm excited to share with you in this video. Let's start with the obvious question. Why was the Alpha Hills assault delayed? The simple answer is that the Alliance didn't actually know where it was located before episode 65. If they had, the full-scale attack would have happened much earlier. This means the Alliance must have obtained the location of Alpha Hills sometime after the events of episode 65. But how did they get that information? And who could have revealed such a critical detail? Let's break it down together. To answer this question, I won't jump straight to the point. You'll see why in a moment. But let me reassure you right away, this has nothing to do with Secret Agent. Have you ever wondered why G-Man never used teleportation throughout the entire series? He's had to retreat from battles many times, and teleporting would have made way more sense than simply flying away. If we look into this more closely, we'll see that the Skibidis themselves didn't use teleportation very often either. The first time they used it was in episode 55, when the Skibidi skull teleported to quickly destroy the decontamination tank, and it succeeded. The second time was in episode 56, when the Skibidis teleported Titan Speaker Man. Then, in episode 62, teleportation was used again to quickly move a massive Skibidi squad led by the Skibidi scientist. The same strategy was repeated in episode 66. The scientist even teleported away from the battlefield in episode 65, leaving a fake G-Man to face 2 Titans. In episode 67, teleportation was used twice, once to move the Skibidi Mafia and again for the scientist. And in episode 70, the scientist tried to teleport out twice, but failed both times. So in total, teleportation was only used 9 times. It's almost as if the Skibidi Toilets were afraid to use it too often because of some unknown risk. If you pay attention, they only used it in 2 situations, either to move a huge squad led by the scientist or to set traps for the Alliance. But what happened after each teleportation? In episode 55, nothing important to this investigation happened because the Skibidi was destroyed right away. But after teleporting Titan Speaker Man in episode 56, Titan Cameraman launched a rescue mission in the very next episode. Keep in mind that before this, he was stationed near his base in Australia. Yet suddenly, the Alliance knew exactly where Speaker Man was. Sure, maybe they figured it out from cameraman footage, but let's not jump to conclusions just yet. After the scientist teleported with his squad in episode 62, the next episode showed Titans and a massive fleet of cameraman and speaker helicopters flying in a specific direction. Still not convinced? Let's analyze the teleportation in episode 66. The scientist teleported with a large squad to ambush an Alliance strike team, and in the very next episode, the Titans arrived at that exact spot. The Alliance didn't have any intel on where the Titans were or whether they were even still alive. If they did, they wouldn't have fallen for the fake reports that the Titans were destroyed. So even if the cameramen managed to relay the scientist's location, there's no way the Alliance could have passed that information to the Titans in time. So how did the Titans figure out where the scientist was? Are you going to say it was the secret agent? Maybe. But I have a more interesting theory that answers 3 big questions I've had. Why doesn't G-Man use teleportation? How did the Alliance find the Alpha Hills lab? And why didn't the Skibidi scientist teleport out of his destroyed suit and instead chose to face the entire Alliance? Because the Alliance learned how to track teleportation, both when and where it happens. That's why the Skibidis only use teleportation in 2 scenarios, either for transporting unimportant Skibidis or for moving squads with the scientist, who could theoretically hold off the Titans in case of an attack. And that's exactly why G-Toilet avoids using teleportation. He knows it would immediately reveal his escape location to the Alliance, To back up this theory, we saw that the TV race can manipulate teleportation smoke. Plus, after the scientist's suit was destroyed, he didn't even try to teleport out. Instead, he faced the entire Alliance, got exposed, and became the target of their elimination mission. The scientist isn't stupid. He wouldn't take such a huge risk without a reason. There's only one explanation. If he had used teleportation, the Alliance would have gotten his exact location and sent in special forces. It was only at the very end, when he realized he was trapped and had nowhere to run, that he tried teleporting out twice. But the first attempt was blocked by the secret agent's remote, and the second time his smoke was absorbed by the big TV man. So what can we conclude? After successfully taking out 2 Titans in episode 66, the scientist focused on wiping out the remaining agents, his fatal mistake. By teleporting, he gave away his exact location and the coordinates of their main base, which kicked off the inevitable attack on the Skibidi headquarters, Alpha Hills. And now, based on episode 77, it looks like the Astro Toilets are starting to understand and even manipulate the TV men's teleportation. This could be extremely dangerous for the Alliance. If the Astro Toilets figure out how to track the coordinates of gates, it would almost completely eliminate the TV men's main weapon and make it too risky to use. This reminds me of episode 74, where Titan TV Man teleported Titan Speaker Man, likely to the speaker base for upgrades into the Armada version. If the Astro Toilets crack the coordinates for this, the next infected Titan could be him, and it might happen while he's still being upgraded, leaving him stuck in an unfinished state. That's the idea I wanted to explore in today's thumbnail. As you probably noticed, today's video was a bit experimental. I just wanted to share some of my observations and unusual connections in the Skibidi Toilet storyline, along with some theories to explain the weirdness. I don't know if you liked it or not, but if you want more videos like this, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing so you don't miss the next one. Also, we're still waiting for Season 25 with 7 extra scenes from Mr. Boone. Recently, a spoiler dropped featuring a ficus plant, and in the background, you can spot a tank. By the way, this plant has already appeared a few times in the series, but its biggest moment was in episode 76, where you could clearly see it. Who or what it is, I still have no solid guesses. The only thing I can think of for now is that it might be some disguised character we thought was dead. Maybe one of the secret agent's assistants? But honestly, this doesn't add much to the storyline. So let's wait for the season release and hopefully get some answers then. See you next time.